Smoking Up's holding on. Trigger, you've done it, you champion. Smoking Up wins, goes to the lead. John's going to take out the Dudley Justice, and that's Mr. Ali. It could be. He's fighting back. Oh, look at him. Smoking Up does it.
Welcome to Mobile Rolling, Season 3, Episode 7, mate. We are flying in this show.
Flying.
Very, very good.
Flying like eagles. No turkeys here, mate.
We've got Lockie coming in
Yes,
to talk about SA Cup. We've got Jumpin' Jack Bashara to come in for a little bit of quality humour with his selections.
Pressure's on the champ. Hey?
He's in trouble.
Yeah.
But, mate, we had the Victor Cup on the weekend. It's always a good meeting. I didn't get down this year. We had a bit of other stuff on. Crowd?
Yeah, look, the club, speaking with Lyndon Bishop, the president, they were probably hoping for a few more people there, but overall they were still reasonably happy with the crowd. Because of the Tour Down Under, and that, you know, a lot of people take like to the state's #1 sporting event, which was nearby. But overall, I think the club, fairly happy with the fact that they had a reasonable crowd.
And very nice training performance by Mr. Nickel.
Yes.
With the Assassinator.
Yeah.
I think he trains pretty well.
Chris Nickel's done well.
I like his horses when he takes them to the track. Now, he was first up in the Victor Cup, so most people, I reckon, went down there and thought, well, he can't win first up. Well, he obviously thought it could, and it had its each way support, and Ryan drove a terrific race on it, didn't he?
Yeah, look, very, very good point. Very good standing start horse. Right driver to get him away from the standing start. I mean, he usually begins really well anyway. But yeah, look, a lot of people, when the markets open up on Thursday with Tab, they knocked off the $61. They took the $61, and also for the place. But you're right, very impressive. If you said to me, Assassinator's going to win by 18 metres, I would have said, oh, come on, Rocky. But he did, and he killed them, He's a dangerous horse when he's near the lead.
He is, and he just loves that bit of cover.
Chris Nickel is sort of like, always his right-hand man is Phil Wilson. I call him Flip Wilson. And they were there at the presentation, and they loved it. I'm sure they would have smashed at least a carton that night, celebrating because they just love their winners. Those guys.
And what about the run of Ime Mackey? Are you happy with?
Yeah, good performance. I think Wayne was a bit upset with Danny after the line. He had a look around, and Danny came out in front of him with Ardens.
Stalled. Didn't go a yard.
No, obviously there was a problem with the horse. I haven't checked the vet's report, but obviously there was a problem with Arden's Legacy. But I think Wayne felt that Danny impeded his progress with Ime
no doubt.
But I don't think it would have made any difference because Assassinator
might have been a
too
closer finish. But when Ryan decided not to go inside and come through the gap, he couldn't wait to get out of there and show what the horse is going to do. We had the Trotters Cup as well. Now, I reckon you would have backed the winner.
We had a Trotters race.
Gent.
Wasn't the Trotters Cup, though.
No.
No. But
sorry.
Yeah. Because it's Elvis won the Victor Harbour Trotters Cup a couple of meetings ago. But
back 500 metres in distance.
I didn't back Ghent. I didn't have a bet at Victor Harbour, but I should have because I liked its chances. And just absolutely, speaking of perfect drives, just watch Anthony Robinson, the moves he made on Ghent. Superb.
No, he's driving that horse in particular really, really well. He's worked it out. It took a couple. It was a bit flat the first couple of runs in SA after coming down from Queensland. But he's worked it out and likes it to run along, or if it can't run along, it gets that nice cover, and he's doing a really good job with that horse. And I was the same as you. I only had the one bet, which was Simon. That one too, by the way.
No doubt we'll talk about that in the Punters Club later.
And I said after the race that I should have backed again. It was, to me, it was
good each way bet.
A great each way bet. They bet $8.50 early on and $2.45 a play. So I thought, gee, that's a good price for that horse. Back 500 in distance, which you said it won't get the start before. So to me, they were two really good races. This week we've got the Grammel on Friday night. And that's a good race. I think there's 5 or 6 chances there. It's going to be really interesting for me to finally see Kitsilano in the field at the start. Off 20, horses in front of it, horses
dodging
on
traffic,
and horses behind it. I think it'll open favourite, and I reckon that's a risk in itself.
Yep.
Having said that, it may get away, and if it does, it's got super speed. But I just think in traffic, it might fizz his head a little bit. Yeah. So we'll wait and find out if he can do it. Then he's back to being a serious trotter. But there's some speed around him at the start, and there's speed off the 30-metre mark that'll probably get by him as well, I reckon. So
should be
good
interesting.
Race.
Should be good racing. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, the start will be interesting because the Penny Drops, Doug, Champagne Prince. Our starts are almost a little bit of a walk-up.
Yes,
these days compared to Victoria, which is very much ready, set, and go.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see how they cope with that kind of walk-up start as well. So a couple of nice races. I think our Saturday night class races are getting quite good.
Yeah.
They're not easy to win, mate.
Look, I really do believe a lot of people don't like the national rating system. It needs to be tweaked up in certain areas, but I'll tell you what, I don't think we've had more even races in South Australia than what we have in recent times with the national rating system. I think that part of it is working as far as having even races and less odds-on favourites in races.
Well, to me, it's taken the laziness out of people like you and I who like to do our form. I reckon I got sucked into it for many years. There's an odds-on favourite in the race. I'll either back that or I won't have a bet.
Yeah.
Now you're kind of back to going through the whole field, aren't you? Distance, draw, quality of field. Has it come back a class? Has it gone up a class? You know, so
more variables.
As a punter, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
all right, mate. Well, we've got our first segment. I reckon we've got JB coming in to shed a few tears.
All right.
We'll be back after the break.
Hi, my name is Peter Godric, Director of Cabinet Tech. We specialise in domestic general household cupboards. Commercially, Cabinet Tech has the ability to manufacture all detail types of work, including 2-pack paint finishes, solid timber, stonework, stainless steel, glass and upholstery. Please contact us on phone 8447 1400.
Welcome back to Mobile Rolling, and it's betting time. Jack, how are you?
Jim.
Rocky, going well?
Hello, mate.
Rocky, you punched the air at Victor Harbour, didn't you? Hey?
Yeah.
You copped it. You know, the no-alls. Yeah. We said, Simon, what are you doing picking Simon? And it just did exactly what you said. Come with one fell swoop, late run.
Firm on it.
Yeah.
I copped it from that bloke down there.
Yeah, exactly.
He actually laughed at me.
Laughed.
Out loud.
Yeah. And the reason being, you weren't happy with its first up run.
This is three-way track talk.
Yeah.
And I backed a couple of losers, but I got you two blokes to back winners, so I followed suit.
Oh, beautiful.
You did?
He put his faith in us.
This is a team effort.
We're talking about Simon the horse, not Simon Jones the driver.
No, Simon the horse.
He backed it.
Yeah.
Good on you, mate.
All right, there you go. All right. So here we are. Episode 6, last episode. Jack went for Glam Rock, $20 a win. 4th.
Well supported.
Well supported, but not good enough. So 0 points, minus $20. Yankee Clipper, $10 each way. 5th.
Didn't run on.
0 points, minus $20. So after episode...
What's your version of Yankee Clipper at Port Pirie, mate? I reckon you got that spot on?
Oh, no, well, it didn't gallop.
No, but it just doesn't let down
Didn't fire.
No.
So after episode 6, Jack, still on 5 points.
5.
Bank total, minus $120.
Yeah.
All right? So
no problems, Jack?
The champ,
still in.
Now listen, we're going to have to give him a nickname of Simon because he's going to have to come from last to win.
He is.
So that's what he's going to have to
Simon.
do. Okay. So that's Jack. Rocky.
Yes.
$20 a win on Simon. $3 on the tote. 3 points. $40 profit from that horse.
Stealing wheat from a blind parrot, mate.
Good win, wasn't it? Yeah, it was exciting. To come from last, that's what Jack's got to do. He's got to come from last to first, but to come from last to first. But I will say this, I have spoken with a few drivers, and in particular Wayne Hill has told me he believes that Victor Harbour is the fairest track we've got here in South Australia. You can win from anywhere, he thinks, if your horse is good enough. So credit to Victor Harbour for that style of track.
Right. Always in the race.
But nevertheless, still a good performance to come from last and a patient drive by.
Yeah, and his form in New Zealand, I might be wrong, but I don't think he led and won in New Zealand. The times that he led, he's just not a leader. He pulls a bit too hard.
Yep.
out the back, he was fine. I mean, it was. His ability says he probably should have won by more, but gee, he sprinted the last 600 metres 3 and 4 wide, so you can't do any more than.
And probably the other thing is, first up over 22.30.
Yeah,
I think maybe he's a short, and I said last week, maybe the right distance this week.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
maybe that's the case.
Oh, well.
Now, for the cause, 10 each way on her, she finished 6, 0 points,
She won't go back
$20.
there ever again either.
Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. So, reasons? To yourself, or?
No, she's had 3 goes up there and hasn't done the
fired?
top of her ability at any time. So sometimes it's just horses for courses.
But she's travelled, like it's not travel, because she's travelled to Mildura and raced well, hasn't she?
Loves Mildura track. I think maybe it's the long straight. Having said that, they did go very, very quick early, and maybe she hasn't got 2 sprints in her.
It was a pressure race.
Yeah,
we predicted that, didn't we?
Yeah,
Jack? There's going to be a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
She ended up 4 back the fence, like from the speed
back.
early.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. The race is over then. You're dreaming about getting out then and winning, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like once you'd gone from barrier 1 back on the fence, 3 back. Well, big ask.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd forget the run.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6, 0 points, minus 20. So after episode 6, you're on 6 points now.
Yep.
You've had 2 winners, Emae Macca and Simon. You're gradually building up with the dividend. But your bank total is minus $76. Okay, I think I've added that up right. Muggins, I went for Fine Artist, liked its run, and
Very nice,
everyone else loaded up on it. You could have got $5.50 fixed if you did what we said the show before. You go there Friday, you could have got $5.50, and it was there for quite a while.
It was, yeah.
But then late the punters launched into him, and he paid $2.90 on the tote. So $20 a win at $2.90, $38 profit plus 3
Very
points.
nice. Well done.
One horse that we're going to scrap totally. He should have a stable name of Jimmy because he's weak in the head, and that's Villa Boy.
Villa Boy.
He just couldn't cop the pressure, and he crumbled.
Yeah.
Probably they'll give him the nickname of Jimmy because I'm very similar. So 10 each way there. Finished, I don't know where he finished. I don't know.
Fifth.
So 0, I got last here, as good as last. 0 points, minus $20. So after episode 6, I'm on 10 points. Plus, my bank is plus 116. So you guys have to lift.
We do.
We were bragging that we all had the positive in the bank last season, and it was a great effort.
Yeah.
You got to rise to the occasion. So, all right, Jack. So Friday night we go to Globe Derby.
Yes.
Saturday we got the Mount Gambier Gold Cup. Where are you going to invest?
I'll go to Globe Derby Friday night.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to go to race 6.
Yes.
I'm going to go against Have a Shark.
He's a shark?
He's a shark. I'm going to go with Just Cappy.
Just Cappy.
That was nice.
Good 2 runs from a spell.
Yep.
I know Doug Sino's a fast beginner, but he's first up from a spell. They may choose to take a sit on the back of Just Cappy, but that's up to them. But I think Just Cappy will be very, very hard to beat.
Okay.
Danny Hill on board.
Yep.
And I liked its run last start, only beaten a neck. And I think this is a suitable. I know how good He's a Shark is, but he might have to be 3 wide on his own in the last lap.
Okay. It was a good race to St Ledger with the He's a Shark, Just Cappy race, wasn't it?
It was.
In there.
I think it's a bit of value, about $3, $3.50.
Okay, so you're going the win or each way?
The win, Just Cappy.
$20 a win, yeah.
And 4 deep, Just Cappy winding up as the leaders get swamped now. Max Sector down the middle, strikes, goes to the front. Just Cappy on the near side after it. Robert Crocker and Lucy Luck can't go on. On the far side, Max Actor. On the near side, Just Cappy. Just Cappy sent to the front. Max Actor gallops and Just Cappy wins it.
Each way, what do you got?
Each way, I saw the run the other day at Mildura, and I think race 4, number 4, My Mate Tomo. Each way.
Okay.
Sat outside of San Carla, only beaten about 5 or 6 metres, pulled hard, sat in the breeze. I think this is a suitable race for it to be an each way chance. Should be $4 or $5.
Yep.
And I think My Mate Tomo's going terrific.
All right, so 10 each way on My Mate Tomo, race 4, number 4 you said, Jack?
Yep.
All right, so that's Jack. So race 6, Just Cappy, $20 the win. Race 4, number 4, my mate Tomo, $10
each way. That'll do me.
All right.
Yep.
You need to bounce back, Jack.
I do.
You know, you'll rise to the occasion. You are
Yep.
the defending champion.
Well, I'll have to do less study.
You can't live on your laurels.
I'm
You
studying.
can't live on your laurels.
I'm studying too hard.
Rocky, what have you got this
Ready,
week?
Jack.
Yeah. So now can you keep the flow on?
Oh, definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, full confidence. I'm going both venues again.
Yep.
In the Gold Cup,
Okay.
I'm having $10 each way Alcatraz Laz. I can't see her missing a place. She's drawn the pole. The two that Aaron Dunn trains, I think that's going to be a fair type. But if Alcatraz Laz can even hold the lead, I think it can win the race.
Okay.
Around that track.
It's going to be a lot of pressure for the lead.
Yeah, we've got to get in that first corner.
Yeah.
But she's going good enough to deserve the chance. To
All right. Steps up to the 25.90. Not a concern.
No.
Because you got close with Ideal World last year in the Cup, didn't you?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Got beaten the last 20 metres.
Yep.
And my $20 straight out bet is Globe Derby Maharaja. Comes out behind Chinoa Princess, which they try and go forward with it. It may get across. There's not that much speed inside Chinoa Princess in that race. And if he does, can't lose. Can't lose.
Maharaja's got his head in front. Behind those, Star Corker, Just Cappy's trying to wind up. Maharaja got 1 metre in front, nearly 2 metres, trying hard, what a bro. Maharaja starting to get away now. Maharaja goes on to win by 3 metres. Second, what a bro.
Good quality horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've discussed. I think he's going to get better with every run here as he acclimatises to the hot weather and you know, look, the concern obviously he seemed to gallop of his own accord in the St Ledger on the first turn.
He did.
That's the concern, I suppose, but we'll see what develops. But I mean, that's the only blemish he's put in so far, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to say, I agree with you with Maharaja. I'm going to make him my best bet as well. Race 3, number 11 Maharaja, Friday night at Globe Derby.
What price do you think he'll be, Jimmy?
He'll be about $1.40.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Maybe $1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't really done a huge amount of work on the race at this stage.
$1.70 tonight.
$1.70?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'd probably take $1.70.
Past 365, I think you'll get $1.70.
Okay. And also my each way is going to be in the Cup as well at Mount Gambier. But I'm going against you, obviously.
Yes.
I just think there's going to be too much pressure early. And I reckon race 5, number 8, Ocalero Lad, I'm going to back him each way for the $10 each way.
His form hasn't been bad. He goes pretty well at Mount Gambier as well.
Well, look, I haven't checked, but I think it's about the 4th or 5th Mount Gambier Cup that he's been in.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of the times when it was standing start, he was off of the 20 metres. He was one of the back markers in mobile conditions like he was last year.
He ran a place last year, didn't he?
No, he ran about 6, but it was a fantastic finish last year of the Cup. There was about 5 or 6 across the track. Yeah. And David Drury come right down the outside with I Am Eric and got them. Yeah. But Ocalero Lad was right on their heels at the finish and couldn't actually get through. So, and a last start winner. And who knows, it might give Brent Howard another Mount Gambier Gold Cup. So race 5, number 8, Ocalero Lad is my each way. So that's the way I've looked at the weekend. Yeah. But hopefully we can all pick a winner and get a winner for our followers.
Luck, Jack.
Sorry?
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, I've got this trophy at home. I've just been polishing it up really nicely.
Yeah.
So just rip the label off and put Jack's name on it this year.
They say never go the early crow.
So that's true, mate. I wasn't thinking about me. You know, might
never go the crow.
Nah, that's true.
You see, because you can always finish on.
Nothing wrong with finishing third.
No.
Get a medal?
No.
Yeah, third's good.
There's no fourth.
No. Check at it, Jack.
All right, that's it for the betting side of things. You going to add to that, Jack? You're going to throw something in? No? Yes, no?
I just need to recuperate and get a winner.
Okay, all right. That's it for the betting side of things. We'll come back later and we've got Lockie Stace. He's going to tell us all about the South Australia Cup meeting. Welcome to the British Workmen's Club, where we've had star performers here. Jerry and the Pacemakers, Del Shannon, some of the greats of years gone by. But nowadays, they have plenty of great bands performing here. Every weekend, a host of Adelaide's top bands perform. The Party Cats, led by Masters Apprentice legend Peter Tilbrook. We all know Peter. And the Lincolns are here, Chunky Custard, plus a host of South Australia's up-and-coming bands. Right behind me, you can see the fully stocked bar, plenty of drinks to be had, a great location for a great night out at Davis Street, Wingfield, just off Grand Junction Road. Come to the British Workingmen's Club.
Has anyone seen Max's belt today, by the way?
No, I haven't.
No boss belt today, but welcome back anyway. We've got Lockie Stace with us, Jimmy. We're going to talk all things SA Cup.
Oh, you want to keep that?
Yeah, we're going to keep that going. You know, you can't get away with anything on this set, so we welcome back. He's got the shorts on today, but I was sure the boss would still be underneath.
Yeah, and it's not.
It's not? No. So ignore anything he says today.
He reckons he's the #1 boss. You just told us he's #1.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is, but no one listens.
No, especially us.
That's right. Anyway, back to the show. Very important. We've got Lockie Stace joining us right now, mate, to talk SA Cup, history, what's coming up, what's happening on the night. Couldn't think of a better bloke to join us. Welcome, mate.
Thank you, Rocky Jim. Pleasure to be here as usual. And exciting SA Cup coming up, our biggest race meeting of the year for 2020. Hopefully we can assemble a good field for the Group 2 event. And of course, on the night you also have the Troggers Cup, the Derby. It'll be a big night of harness racing action in the kindergarten as well, the kindergarten final. So,
what's that worth, do you know?
14 for the kindergarten?
14? Yeah, 14. And you got
Derby 30, Trotters 30, and the SA Cup 60.
Yeah.
Good night out.
Yeah, it is. Trotters Cup Group 2 and Derby I think is Group 3. And SA Cup, the Pacing Cup, so Group 2, So a big night of harness racing, showcasing all horses in our sport. You got the heats of the kindergarten leading up over the next few weeks. I think there's a non-tab heat down at Mount Gambier. There's been a heat last week at Port Pirie. There's another heat at Globe Derby tomorrow night. And of course, the Cup race itself, you've got the Grimmel Troggers Cup tomorrow night at Globe Derby. There's a bit of a league up to the SA Troggers Cup, and that field has assembled, because it's a very good field for Grimmel Troggers Cup. So hopefully we can assemble a similar field for the Troggers Cup itself in a couple of weeks. So everything, the league up's going quite well, racing-wise, towards the SA Cup. All races are going to be showcased on the night. So. But for the night itself, the SAHRC committee have put together a bunch of events that are going to be happening on the night. Now, they have a band on course, as usual. Usually we have a band every year for SA Cup. We have a band called Fortune X. They're a four-piece rock and pop band. They'll be playing everything from ABBA to ZZ Top, with hits ranging from the 60s to the present day. So plenty of stuff Jim likes as well. You can throw that in there.
Might get Toby Ryan playing a ZZ Top. He'll probably be busy getting horses ready. But anyway. I don't know, he's going to do the ABBA thing. You might do the ABBA thing.
Yeah, I'll do the ABBA. I'll get my stuff on. I'll get ready. No, food-wise, we have the Paceway Restaurant open, featuring a buffet. So they'll be switching to a buffet format for the night. The price of the buffet includes entry, so it's $45 for adults, $30 if you're a South Australian Harness Racing Club member, and $15 for kids under 15. Bookings are essential for the Paceway Restaurant that night. So, as I said, a buffet format for that. The Jubilee level will be open, and they'll be serving meals, and the tote facility open also for patrons to place a bet. Patrons are welcome to bring their own esky of food and drinks to sit on the lawn, but no alcohol or glasses permitted, obviously. So food vans will also be on course as well.
So that's a big point, what you mentioned about the esky, because honestly, that has been the turning point, in my opinion, with the new legislations and laws about responsible drinking and all that sort of thing. That's been the turning point of the reduction of the crowd for the SA Cup. Because years ago, and I know a lot of people, that they'd bring their esky, they'd bring their grog with them, right? But because, and people may not be aware of this, the reason that you're not allowed to bring your alcohol on course is because they can't monitor how much you're drinking. Whereas if you go to the bar and you're a bit sloppy, you're swaying all over the place, they got to cut you off. They say, look, you've had enough. Whereas if you're sitting on the lawn and you've got a big esky full, you can get plastered and they lose control of that. So that's one of the reasons why you can't bring alcohol on the track anymore. But Globe Derby is one of the last sporting venues to have that. But yeah, we've lost that part of it. But you can still bring your food, your blanket, and your soft drink if you want. Like.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to turn it into a bit of a family picnic night, you can still do that. Food vans will also be available on course. So we'll have a range of food vans there as usual for the night. So there'll be plenty of places to eat on the night food-wise. So We also have a bit of kids entertainment as well. There'll be a jumping castle on course, face painting, and there's some opportunities for people to ride on a mobile as well. So there'll be more details about that on the actual night for myself, but there are opportunities there if you want to ride on a mobile. Of course, again, it's a great night for the kids. So if you're thinking about a Saturday night out with a family, make sure you do it, because there's plenty of stuff happening, plenty of food and plenty of stuff for the kids with jumping castles and face painting available. Markets will also be there as well.
What's that about, mate? What are we doing there?
It's Till Road Market, so it's a bit of a program that the club have put together. So there'll be plenty of stall holders on course. They'll be selling stuff like candles, jewellery, like all the stuff that you'd be interested in, Rocky. Skincare, body shop.
Body shop. That's it.
Sunglasses, Tupperware.
Get this big mate, it cost you a fortune in soaps.
Hair scrunchies. He's got a haircut recently. You might need, when it grows back out again, you might need a scrunchie for
No,
it.
he's into the bath bombs. He wants the bath bombs.
So plenty of that stuff. Patrons can purchase a blank card for $2 when they visit each school and stall and have their card stamped to say they have been there. Once the card is fully stamped, they will go on the draw to win a wonderful prize donated by all the stall holders. So a bit of a program there.
That's pretty good.
For the Till Road Market. Now entry fees, there will be a.
Now the Till Road that sounds like a throw off to the Yellow Brick Road, but what's that about? Is it to do with prostate cancer or something like that? Like the Till colour or ovarian cancer?
Yeah, it's to do with ovarian cancer research.
Okay. What else is it? What's that other one?
Gynecological. There we go. Jim's good pronunciation.
Cancer research. You got him, Rocky. You got him. Try and say that 100 times, eh? Gynecological.
No, that's good.
But,
anyway,
we're only laughing at the pronunciation, not the problem.
Yeah,
no, that's
of course.
Right.
Now, there is a gate fee on the night. Adults are $10, kids aged 12 to 15, $5, and kids under 12 are free. And half of the entry cost will be donated to the Australian Red Cross for the bushfire relief.
Fantastic. Okay.
So
that's excellent.
That's what's happening on the night. So a band, we have plenty of food. Paceway Restaurant, the Jubilee Room will be open.
Is there an outside TAB, do you know, mate, or just the Jubilee?
Not 100% sure, but I'm assuming that the ground floor tab will be open. Paceway Restaurant tab outlets will be open, and the Jubilee Room tabs will be open.
And bookmakers, no?
Bookmakers, again, not 100% sure at this stage. Usually there are a couple bookmakers on course for SA Cup night. Whether that happens again, it really depends as well. What sort of gallop meetings on during the day, on the Saturday, whether bookmakers attend. So
I'd be pretty confident that our bookmakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually, I don't remember a SA Cup night where there hasn't been a bookmaker.
Pete Damerel loves those sorts
Peter
of
Damerel, Greg
meetings
McAdee will probably be there as well.
Yeah.
Maybe even Warren Barrington. Yeah, he might have a crack. But usually they're there to support the cup meeting.
Yeah.
So I would expect at least one or two of those to be there.
Yep.
So you can have a punt with a bookmaker. I'm pretty sure about that would happen. Yeah. Without knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But plenty of tab facilities on course on the night. That Jubilee area will be reopened, and there'll be plenty of places to have a bet in there, which is good to see. So
you're right.
And as I said, plenty of food vans and stuff like that.
So that's all the entertainment, the food side of things. Over the years, we've seen some fantastic horses, Rocky, that have won the SA Cup. It's changed. When I first, I reckon this will be the 19th South Australia Cup that I've called. And the first one I did was the turn of the century in 2000. Safe and Sound beat Sorrento Star by that much. And I've seen changes. I've seen changes in that time where it was a Grand Circuit Group 1 event. It then built up to its highest peak of $125,000 in prize money, and that's when they chopped them from the Grand Circuit. They built up the prize money, and they did that for about 3 years. And now we've seen it go down in prize money to $60,000 and Group 2 status. So there's been a lot of changes over the last 20 years that I've seen in my time calling. So I reckon this is my 19th Cup. The first ever running of the SA Cup was in 1939, and I wrote down some. I think we've had 72 SA Cups so far. 37 of those in mobile starts, 35 in standing starts, 29 of those at Wavell, and 43 at Globe Derby is what I've quickly counted. I could be wrong by numbers, but that just gives people a ballpark.
So you would have been at the track though in the 80s when Hancock's and
saw Gammalite win 4 in a row. I saw that. I missed one night. I was at an engagement party and one bloke wanted to punch my head in at that engagement party, but I still got to listen to the call.
Well, that's the year. The fourth one, to me, is still my favourite SA Cup.
Of Gammalite?
Yeah. He was... they ran along in that race. It was a race where the Heat was on the top and the Rattler was in that race. Remember Jimmy Hurley's horse? Now, its run was unbelievable to hang on for second, I think. Yeah. But Gammalite, with the speed on, decided, as he does, 3 wide for a lap and a half at that speed to get to the death, and then still go away from him,
ground them
in the last 80 metres. I loved that horse anyway. To me, it was another pure steel, and you know, those two horses, when they could sit outside the death, when it was in those days as well, if you had the death, you were going to get beaten, weren't you? That's just the way it worked. It was the worst place in the world to be, apparently. Now it's all changed. But back then, the death was considered that spot where you don't want to be. Well, Pure Steel and Gammalite, you weren't going to get it off them ever. Yeah. And I just thought the fourth one in a row, I think he was 9 by then, wasn't he?
Oh, I can't remember his age.
Just amazing win. Yeah.
Before your time, Lockie, we're talking about it in the 80s. You weren't even born then, but you've probably seen replays of Gammalite and him. So 82 to 85, Gammalite.
Yeah.
He just went 4 in a row, bang, bang, bang. Whereas Smoking Up, the only other horse that win 4, did it staggered over the years. So he didn't win year to year Smoking Up. And one time he got beat. And it was an amazing performance. They just kept him off the track 3 wide, and he nearly got there, but didn't. Got quite run down. I think Jeffrey Webster won that year. I can't remember what year it was, but Smoking Up and Gammalite the most successful. You mentioned Brian Hancock, the most successful trainer of the South Australia Cup.
He used to stay with our man Jack
Bashara, of course. And Jack's had a good influence on the Cup because Mark Purden's come over a couple of times. And I remember when young Rufus won in 2005, it made him a millionaire by winning the race. And he stayed at Jack's place at Semaphore at the beach.
Yeah.
Whether he did the same with Smolder in 2017.
Well, you would have called Smolders.
I didn't. No, that's the only SA Cup that I haven't called in from 2000.
Okay.
Because it was my goddaughter's.
2017 it was.
2017. It was my goddaughter's wedding. It's the only one that I've missed where I put family commitments in front of work.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's only just one. But again, had to work around and go to the death. And over the 26.45, they run 156.8 or something like that, and the whole last mile was sub 30s.
It's a really scary race as well, because I remember there was an early race incident where a particular horse galloped and a few runners got checked out.
Well, that's right. It was 22 metres back to to third.
Yeah,
which I think was When Me Chief.
Yeah,
when he was really on top of his game.
Yeah.
So there's good ones, and I had a quick look over the last few days at home. Back at Wavell, Minor Derby, that people talk about, you know, you got Globe Derby, Minor Derby, all this sort of stuff. And I didn't realise until reading through the history, that horse was last every time it ran.
He was a rogue at the start.
Yeah.
Very slow away or made mistakes.
He started from 50 one year and gave him 80 and settled last in the field of 15 and 1. And the next year he gave him 60 and missed the start by 30, gave him 90 and settled last and won that as well. So how do you do that at Wavell against the best in Australia?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
One of the things I've liked, what they've done with the SA Cup over the last couple of years, is return it to that 2,645 metre distance. Because there was a couple of years there where we were running over 22.30 for the Cup final. So to see it back to the 26.45, the 3-lap race, I think that works. I think most Cups should be run over a decent distance, and to see that they've returned it to that over the last couple of years has
I'm
been
with
good.
Lockie there. What about you over the distance? You like
100%, 100% agree. They've had a couple of tries over the 22.30. You go back to 86 and 87, they reduced it to 22.30, and then stepped it back up to the 13 furlongs, the 26.45.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, 2014, 2015, 2016, they tried the 22.30.
Yeah.
And have gone back to the 26.45. And look, I did complain to the people at Harness Racing SA because I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I felt that 13 furlongs, and it should just be random barrier draw. It's the best race that we have here in South Australia, or was.
Yep.
Every horse should have the opportunity about winning our number one race, because it's about getting the people there, getting the best horses there to compete, and just watch the good horses.
Shouldn't be a penalty to race in the best races in the country. If you're good enough and you draw barrier one, good luck to you.
Yeah, exactly. So what if it's a cakewalk? We're there to look at the best horses in the best races. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
and I believe that's always been my theory about the cups.
Yeah.
In particular, the South Australia.
Have you heard
Cup.
anything concrete of what's coming over this year? I haven't heard much at all.
I haven't spoken with Harness Racing SA.
I'd be thinking of horses like Sicario, which are that level down from the top. That might come. I did hear earlier on that our Kiwi mate was going to come, but I'm not sure now. And if he did, I would think that he would be super hard to beat.
Yeah.
He was competitive over in New Zealand. So you just hope that a couple of them do come, not just the one like they've been doing the last couple of years and coming for a nice 8-hour drive and picking up a check and going home. I don't want to see that anymore. I want to see way more competitive race. If the check goes back over home, over the border, then make sure they've earned that check.
Yeah.
So
the point that you make about Sicario is a very important point, I think, because like Gavin Lang has won the last two SA Cups here. Obviously, with the problems that he's had, with his, I think he's gone through the process of the stem cell treatment for his T-cell lymphoma. But yeah, he won't be there to win 3 in a row, because he won with Shadow Sachs in 2018, Sicario 2019, and obviously he won with Guaranteed in 2015. But for him to win 3 in a row, that would have been a real crowd pleaser as well. But obviously our thoughts are with Gavin, and I don't know where the update is there, but yeah, we would have loved to have him here for the SA Cup, mate. Yeah. Yep. What else, Lockie?
I think that's covered everything for the SA Cup.
Okay.
Have another crack at it next week, I guess.
Next week we'll have a look at it. We'll know the fields at that stage.
Exactly.
We'll know who's coming here, who's going to be contesting, and what the night's going to be, what time the races start. So Lachlan Stace, as usual, very informative, tells about what is happening at Globe Derby on Saturday, the 8th of February for the South Australia Cup. Make sure you get there. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more.
Good on you, mate.
Just Wrecking Toyota, South Terrace Wingfield, for all your recycled and reconditioned parts. Our huge range covers almost every model in the vast Toyota stable. Proudly South Australian with over 25 years in the automotive recycling industry. So, if you want to save some serious money on anything Toyota, call us on 8359 4499 for fast and friendly service.
Welcome back to Mobile Rolling. Time to close up the show, Rocky. A couple of things I wanted to talk about, which Lachlan spoke about with the SA Cup. Things that just sprung to mind about, I remember calling Selby Bromack. We spoke about Brian Hancock. Selby Bromack gave Blake Fitzpatrick his first ever Grand Circuit winner and Group 1 winner. And it was a great performance to win. Another win by Brian Hancock. I mentioned Brian trained 6 winners. I think it's 6. Courage Under Fire. I remember him winning in really warm conditions. It was about 43 degrees, and he broke the track record. He went 156.9 leading all the way. So, but with hot weather that can happen. The hot weather thins the blood out of the horses and they run naturally freer and faster. He had Quantum Lobel in 1997. We own a Warrior 1994, Thor Raid in 1991. Brian drove all of those, but Blake Fitzpatrick had Selby Bromack in 2004, and Mark Tracy drove Alcer Vancelot in 1998. So, by my calculations, Brian Hancock's the most successful trainer of the SA Cup.
And there was some value in a lot of his wins in the SA Cup too, mate.
Selby Bromack was big odds when Blake drove it.
So Quantum Lobel was good odds. So, I used to love him coming to town. I think there was a bit of controversy one year as well when he nominated Courage Under Fire, and I think JJ nominated maybe Shaker Maker or Safe and Sound, one of the two.
Yeah.
Because they were going to head over to the WA Pacing Cup after that with, you know, their big money.
Yeah.
350, I think it was back in those days. And their planes were delayed, so they were scratched from the SA Cup or taken out of the nominations and went straight over. So it sort of robbed us. I think there's 3 of them. Sort of robbed us of a really
top class.
Top class field. It was still good, but if you had those 3, it would have been a bit nicer. But
who knows? The days of Inter-Dominion winners being at the SA Cup may have gone by the wayside.
Probably, mate.
But you know, we've had a few that have gone here and then gone on to win the Inter-Dominion. Shaker Maker, he was an Inter-Dominion winner that won the SA Cup. You know, but anyway, that's just to name one. But there's many others as well. All right. Anything else, Rocky, before we close?
No, we're out, mate.
All right. That's it for Mobile Rolling. As Rocky said, Season 3, Episode 7. We'll be back next week.
Where are we?
To talk more. Oh, well, of course, we're at the British Workingmen's Club. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you very much, my friend. And don't forget about the British Workingmen's Club because they've catered for us here for the last couple of seasons now, and really enjoyable for us. Anyway,
You're right.
Okay, see you next week.
Bye.